tripping for thinking of calling quits. No lie, God is good for real. I'm just sitting here asking myself, what was I even doing here? Fresh out the hospital bed, one to the back, arm in the sling, and in the same breath, I'm in the visa. I ain't never failed, seeing another side of it.
Guys, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. It's another episode in Puku Land. We're taking a little break from the story here to gather some classes, gather some different play styles, some different vocations, as they're called in this game. Very fun, very nice. This right here is the Monster Masher. I went ahead and completed the quest. So it's kind of a grinding one. To complete the Monster Masher quest, you have to fight 30 different kinds of monsters, which I just did on the way here around the past couple key emblem quest here. So we've completed that. We are Monster Masher now, and I'll start on a couple of the vocation quests as well here. But our main thing on the docket today is to travel to Megistris City, and get the key emblem there. We're gonna help out the king and the royalty and whatnot. Um, and I'll give a little background to why I'm getting the Monster Masher here. This is gonna be a little bit of gaming intro and all this good stuff. Um, I'm gonna restructure it a little bit here and give my spoiler chat when we get to Megistris because we have some traveling to do. But the backstory for why I am getting Monster Masher is so we can have a four-man party. You just get your monster in there and you get them enough happiness so you can just have them all the time, and then you get a little four-man party in here. The loner squad, the solo squad, if you will. Uh, Pretty fun stuff. And then I also wanted to get a dancer. I think this character, Baby, my Puku, is going to be my recovery character. And I think the early game best recovery class, kind of hybrid recovery class, is the dancer. It's just the one I want to go with for now. So that will be our goal to get Baby a really good support companion dancer, get that leveled up, and then obviously get the Monster Mashers pet leveled up. I think what I went for was a Sanguini in the end here, but I just obtained the class. I didn't get the pet in this episode. As you can see, here's the dancer cutscene. We finished the Monster Masher one. It was pretty basic. You just meet the kid. In the dancer cutscene, it's a little bit more dramatic here. So we meet our dancer diva, the basically the person we aspire to be. Um, and yeah, they are basically not impressed. So we have our ways to recognition, respect, fame, all that good stuff. But the dancer class is a very fun one. It's a very complex class. It's got a lot of moves. So kind of daunting for first time players. And it can be easy to play it wrong. A lot of these classes in this game, they're really hard to play it badly. Dancer, you can play it badly if you don't know, if you're unknowledged. So yeah, if you're playing this game in English, there is a fantastic English community, couple of them that can help you out there. So no worries if you decide to take the plunge here. You're along with me though. You're along with me in this crazy world that I've brought you into with my babies, and we are doing something a little bit differently here. So I hope you are enjoying the playthrough so far. I hope you continue to enjoy. And I hope you like and subscribe. I'm gonna give you a lot of good advice here, a lot of good nuggets in this one. Um, I'd say the dancer and Monster Masher quest lines, to get all your skill points in them. They have very sort of morals that stick with a lot of people. Very very over encompassing morals. The Monster Masher is sort of like getting over the past and overcoming to become a better future. And forgiving. It's a lot of forgiveness. And then this dancer one is more like accepting yourself, and really being able to express what you want to. I really like the themes that they uh, they bring on within these quest lines. It's a very cute story, and the hands translations did a lot of work making these things really really click with an English audience. So shout outs to the translators, Shobu and all of them doing the thing, Seven and everybody. Good job, guys. Good job. Giving links to the websites, and you guys can do your thing from there. Moving on, we have the start of the traveling. Once again, my favorite part. Oh my gosh. This is, by the way, Ogreed continent. We're doing this next episode. We're not going to go specifically here, but this is where we are right now, just to give you a little overview. So, like I said, going into traveling now, I'm going to give you guys a couple of good little nuggets to chew on as far as knowledge goes. I feel like talking about isolation, the lonely chapters, because I've heard from the grapevine. I haven't been outside of the country, but I feel like that's pretty plausible because I've been to a lot of places in America, and it's kind of the same. Um, but I've heard that America is a very isolating country. Like it's designed for isolation. And a lot of people here are just really lonely, but it's not something you'll experience within other cultures and things like that. And I honestly believe it, mostly because playing this game, I realize how easily social it is to be in this game. But I feel like Japan is sometimes a little bit similar to America. That may be why I click to this game a lot. It's like the nicer version of the social isolation, I suppose. But yeah, if you're ever living in America, I live in the weirdest part of it. I live in Florida right now. Um, we always like to say that about our current environment, but Florida is pretty weird, guys. Let's be honest. Um, and there's just no social places to hang out. In America, most places to hang out socially, you have to pay money to be there or to do things there. Or you just eat and leave or whatever. There's no like place to just socialize and really like meet new people, like a good third space that everybody goes to. You can't really go to malls and stuff. And people are so desperate and starved for attention. They just want to have their voices heard. They just want to be, you know, seen. They just want to have eyes on them. It's so weird. It's very interesting as someone who's been given a lot of attention over the course of my life just because of how I feel like acting and my actions in general. It's weird to see people starve. You look in people's eyes and they just like they really wish someone would just say hi to them, just look at them. It's so sad just for a little bit of acknowledgement. But a lot of people are very closed off. I feel like social media and the news leads us to believe that the world is a very scary place and that we're all just rabid. We're all like these little ripped rabbits here, we're all just crazy suckers looking to punch people in the face and body slam them. Especially when your pigment's a little dark. But that's the thing, you know, we were just pushed so many things um like online, and we're pushed so many different like ideologies and things that people just get trapped in there, you know, you get trapped in the online space and you just live in it, you know, you just live in it. And at the same time, there are so many options, like there's always a way out. There's so many options nowadays, so um the thing is, the too many options feels like there's no option in the end because you don't know which one's the right one, and then you get the social, or not the social, the decision paralysis or whatever, you know. I guess it is kind of social. It's a little anxiety problem there, decision anxiety or whatever. But yeah, I feel like most people haven't experienced a good, solid friend group of people that they can go back to without it having some kind of baggage here. I feel like, yeah, that's most individuals nowadays. There's always some kind of social or some kind of baggage associated with um where we're trying to go, you know, and who we're trying to meet, and you know, who's there and how's their relationship with this person and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm jaded at 28, which is good because that means I've done a lot, but it's bad because yeah, how fast the world can beat you down, you know? And I feel like it's just becoming quicker and quicker nowadays. And if you have a good head on your shoulders, it's gonna be worse out there for you because you know you're gonna figure this shit out quicker, and it's just gonna depress you, you know? Yeah. It's weird though, you know, a lot of the times I think back to my journey and like a lot of the things that I figured out and a lot of the lessons I learned, hard way, easy way, whatever way I learned it. And it's not that I would go back, it's just that I'm surprised or kind of disturbed at the ways that I took the lessons and the things back from it, you know, because sometimes these lessons we learn them but we don't learn them, you know? Yeah, it's like intrinsically learned to maybe do a different thing, but it's just your solution to it, you know? Like say for example when I learned like a lot of the ways that you can just get girls and get relationships and obtain women like their Pokemon cards is very insidious, you know, and very easy to do as well, you know, and it's just like a handbook, you know, getting all the pill stuff and the red pill, blue pill, black pill, purple pill, all this stuff. So and just the lessons and the things I took from it. It's like I took lessons from it, but it's like, were they the right lessons? Looking back on them, and I'm like, but guys, we always remember we can change our direction at any time we want, you know? Make a step here. If it's a misstep, oh well, at least it was a step, you know? And you learn. So, um, but yeah, it's weird how the world can tell you things, or your mind can tell you things, or people can tell you things. Like, don't listen to any of that shit that's just told to you, you know? We have to get out there and stretch our muscles, plan our attack, you know, be a little tactical. Because that's who the world will tackle. It will tackle the ones with the gumption to go and get it, the purpose-driven individuals, you know? The people who move with a P pass. Oh yeah. I love the enemies in this area too. I say Puku Land is probably one of my favorite countries. You know what I'm saying? If America was more like Puku Land, I'd be more proud to live here. You know, maybe we wouldn't be as isolated with all these mandrakes running around. They wouldn't isolate us. They would bring us together. Bring us together. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I believe it. I believe it. I uploaded the couple of talks over the weekend here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, get those things off my chest. As you can see, I still got a little bit more political gumption in me, but I promise not to alienate any sides here. We're all just people. We're all just people. People are gonna think I'm jumping sides or jumping trains because the fucking left lost. The left lost. It's a it's a whole lot of red. It's a little what's his name? Yeah, man. Forgot that dude's name. Who made a whole lot of red? I'll put it on the screen. But it's his album in the White House. It's his album in the White House, and oh man, people are panicked. But I say, it's just people. You can paint them however you want. You can paint them red, blue, purple. They're just people, and we can act like they're crazy supervillains, but they got the same skin, bones, complexion as you or I. So it's gonna be hectic though. Just like most years, we're gonna have to endure. We're gonna have to endure. So here we are at the new town, guys. This is Megistris. Basically the in-game town because this is the fashion town. This is where you glamour everything. So I spend a lot of time here. Spend a lot of time here. Indeed. In freaking deed. So, um, we have basically a giant staircase. So this would be a really good exercise city, actually. If you ever have any big guys, just bring them over here. Train up. Da-da-da. Oh yeah, we gotta put it in here. I love this town. It's very pink. It's very pink, very castle-y. Kind of reminds me of like Candy Mountain, little candy city. But yeah, it's very nice. They have very well designed towns in this game, but of course Square Enix designs good towns, just like in Final Fantasy 14. Oh yeah. So I guess I'll get into a little bit of a spoiler chat on the story. This is Fostel, the sage here, that is a fortune teller in a long line of sages. Just pretty cool. I like this character. And they're going in, what I'm saying, give the king prediction, whatever. When we actually go to see the king is gonna tell us about some monsters at the tower that he has to go do a sacrifice at to purify the land. Um, so he tells us the monsters are there. You got to go kill the monsters, and then we'll be good. And then so he sends some of his men, and then he has this magistrate, of course, who is definitely not evil, who also sends some soldiers as well. So we go to the tower. This is actually a location here, the Glitter Windmill Tower that we passed by on the way here, if you saw it on the map. We go to the tower, and in the Glitter Windmill Tower, there are no monsters, but our own soldiers, the soldiers that id sent after us, because that's what the guy's name is. The soldiers that id sent after us betrayed us, and they kill all the other guys, and then we have to kill the soldiers. Which is pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. And then we would go back and tell the king. The king's like, "Oh, how dare you lie on my name? What the fuck? You telling lies, bro?" And then we basically just leave, and then we talk to Fostel, good character, like I just said before. And this story is very good because there's just so many twists. There's just so many twists. So um, we do have the spoiler chat here, but if you don't want to spoil the twist, I will stop it here for you because there's a lot of twists that come on in this later section. So go ahead and skip to the next chapter if you don't want to hear the ending of the story, okay? Because it gets kind of crazy. It gets kind of crazy, and I'm gonna go into a little bit of theming talk with it as well, okay? So, all right, is everybody gone? Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So this is the spoiler chat here. Basically what happens is Fostil, the legendary sage, is actually Prince Ragus in disguise. Not really disguise, but he morphed his soul into Ragus, and we'll see why he did this. But that was one of his notebook wishes. The notebook is a main key in the story, as it appeared when the miasma did in at the beginning of the story. The miasma covers the world, and when that happens, it's basically the outset of what happens in the plot and most of it. And the book comes from the miasma. The book has that stipulation where if you make three wishes, then you die. And the first owner of the book, the queen, Queen Awe, because that was one of her wishes to become queen, she's not here anymore. And everybody thinks that's because she used her last wish. But what was her last wish? Um, that is the last twist that comes in as well. It's so good. This story has a bunch of banger twists, I swear to you. So after the first twist of these purple guys killing us, and the second twist of the sage being Ragus, um, another twist is when we figure out that the id guy, he killed the guys there to, well, it's kind of like a mini twist actually. This little detail, he killed the guys near the glitter windmill tower where you're supposed to do the ceremony, to reverse the effects of the ceremony to make the miasma spread even further and release even more of it, whatever, instead of actually repel the miasma with the ceremony. Um, and so because of that, we have to, obviously defeat id and do all that stuff. But once we defeat id, another twist happens, and you figure out what the queen's last wish was. And it actually was to stop Prince Ragus from getting his last wish so that he never dies by using the book. Because you have to, use all three wishes with the book. So, yeah, that was her wish, to stop Ragus from getting his third wish, and then his second wish after becoming the sage was his first wish. He just wants to save the world from miasma because the king does die. King does die in the end. And Ragus becomes king, and it's a very heartwarming story. It's very sad, all that good stuff, guys. Um, but I hope you enjoy this episode. It's such a banger story, such a banger story, and I hope you enjoyed the spoiler chats. If you like me to do more of these summaries, just let me know. If you don't want me to do the summaries, just let me know. I may listen to feedback. I may not listen to feedback, Who knows what we're going to do with this? But nevertheless, we're going to get going here. The later half of this quest, we're going to switch over to KU on the Switch version, so I will make sure to take you through the story and let you know what's going on moment to moment here. But we'll chill out, we'll chat. It's late night chats now. It's about 12:30. My time, little American time, so I got the late night announcer voice going on here, as we're traveling through Megistris. Pretty fun town, actually. Um, I probably enjoy running around this town the most. Like I said, it is an in-game town for Fashion Street, a lot of that stuff. So it has this pretty cool quest that I'll probably get into at some point as well, because it's helpful for a couple of stat boosting items. level up items and whatnot, a couple accessories. It's the well, well, well. But yeah, there's a wishing well here, and you can travel to different times and play stories from different Dragon Quest adventure vignettes, you know? They all have pretty good themes. I like the Puku Land themes here, so I'd say the main themes of the story are kind of like what we went into last time. You got that theme of ambition. These Pukus are very hardworking, they're very um, ambitious, they're very goal setting, so this story has a theme of, doing what you need to do no matter what, and having a duty to fulfill and fulfilling your duty no matter what the circumstances are. It's pretty like empowering, honestly. It's very motivating of a story to see so early in the game here. But it's kind of one of the banger stories in the first version. Like this one, oh man, if you start as a Puku and you do this quest the second one, you're like, whoa, this story's gonna be amazing in this game, you know? Like you're like, well, all these twists and turns and lefts and rights. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. So here we go. We're going into um this glitter windmill tower. We're gonna get the first cutscene with our tower mates. And it is nighttime. The cutscenes do change depending on if it's nighttime or daytime. I didn't mention that yet. It's pretty cool. And there is a night and day cycle in the game. It's about an hour long, um, every night and day. But yeah, the game automatically saves all the time. That's that little green spinning circle in the corner. So whenever you log out, you feel like the game world still moves on, you know? I feel like that's a very addicting nature of this game. It's a very um, casual hardcore experience, if you will, because you can make it very casual, um, or you can make it hardcore, but it's very casual. I feel like it's not even meant to be played in longer periods of time, like that. It's meant to be come back to here and there and whatever. And that's usually what people do. There is a sort of point in the story. It's around the middle of version two, where a lot of people kind of fall off just because of the nature of the age of the game and the limitations it had back then. So they tried to stretch out content, and I feel like it just wasn't the best. So a lot of people get stuck in version two, understandably, because a lot of it is very archaic in design. So he brings up a good point. He really doesn't want to lose the king to this ritual. Um, but yeah, the soldiers are like, nope, we got to do this. We got to kill these monsters to let the king die here and sacrifice himself. So that was sort of like his conviction moment there. Um, Decide what he really wants in his life and all that good stuff. The game is lagging and glitching out a lot, and that's just a result of me playing it for too long, I think. I was recording quite a bit of stuff at once, so I really need to, stop the goon action and log out more often. But we'll see how long it takes for me to practice what I preach. Either way, guys, we got the glitter windmill tower. There's a couple of treasure chest and items here that I'm gonna run through and grab here for you guys. Um, Not sure what these items are, but you know, I think the last one up top is like a magic water. Um, But yeah, we are on the Switch version now. As you can see, it looks all pretty. My Weddy looks all pretty. Um, and we got a little cosplay as well. This is a Persona 3 character on my main. I will let you figure it out yourself. You know, this one will have a little quiz going on. I'll use them in the next episode too, and then we'll see. We'll see if anybody figures it out, you know, for episode 8. For episode 8. But they're Ranger right now. I think I just had like a basic Ranger axe set there. We'll see if we get a good look at the armor, the glamour set. But yeah, one of those fantastic Persona 3 Reload characters that I love. Okay, so here's the wonderful cutscene, the first twist cutscene. It's all in Japanese, so allow me to do my best impressions of what these guys are saying here. All right. Oh, there's no monsters here. Looks like we can all go home. Yeah, guys, this is done. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna go home. Something's not right here. I feel weird. You guys? You were wise to sit here. Ed told us to take care of you guys, so we're gonna, you know, do some work. Get some shit done. Hassa! You can't. Huh. You destroy my friends. How'd you guys do this? You won't get away with this. Get him. Ooh, Jesus. Yeah, this game is brutal. This game is brutal. So yeah, these guys were not good. It's soldiers. We're bad people. And they killed their friends. You know what happens when you kill my friends? You know the rules, and so do I. So here we go. I actually haven't explained much about my classes yet. With KU, KU is going to be my attacker. So right now I have her with the Monster Masher. As you can see, I have my little monster there as well. And I just have her beating his ass, you know? Doing that axe damage. Monster Master can also use Axe. Axe just has the best skill damage ratio for like the beginning parts of the game, so I mean if you want damage, you just put an axe on, you know? Put an axe on. So yeah, I put an axe on. There's one. Hit him a couple more times. Oh yeah. Very nice. And we're done. Nice little exhilarate to finish off the day. Couple levels. And yeah, so they're like, we've been defeated, but our job has already been done. It will prosper, and the miasma will rule. Sorry about your friends. You guys suck ass. Yeah. They're rude. They're rude. They're just mean guys. Lord Ed will prosper and we will win. Okay. Indeed. So yeah, now we gotta go back to Megistris and talk to those bozos. Tell them what's up. Um, and tell them what's going on. I really don't have anything on the docket today to talk about. I might just get into some game chats or something like that. Look at all our axes here, man. Look at the axe. Can't even see the poo-poo, but double axe is always a good time. Um, yeah, could get into some gaming chats. I've been thinking about starting like a playthrough of maybe like the new Trails game, set in Calvert. I do like Trails. I just recently got into the series, which means I have a lot of work to do. But I haven't bought the game. I've been itching to sink my teeth into it, but I'm like on the fence. Um, I did enjoy uh what's a recent RPG I played? I did enjoy the demo of Metaphor. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. The Metaphor demo reminded me of the good parts of Shin Megami Tensei 5. Um, just runs like trash on my computer, honestly. I'm just glad I can run this game from 2012 and I can't really ask for much else. This is kind of satisfying all of my RPG urges, if you will. It's very gratifying, if you will. Um, but yeah, it's my main gaming take. I don't really have too much to discuss on the playing front. I've just been into this one. Oh my goodness, I am falling asleep. I gotta get the energy up. I gotta get a coffee or something. This banger story deserves more justice. Yeah, I could delve more knowledge on you guys here. Why not? Why not? Let me go to my notes. See what I got here. What did I say at the beginning? We could talk about a little bit of isolation, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about isolation. Get some attractive traits in there. Isolation can help us learn ourselves, can help us master the arts of being alone, because it's an art. It's an art. Being by yourself is definitely something that you have to practice. It's a muscle you have to grow, just like any other muscle, just like the muscle of communication, which I should also talk about. Man, communication, I have so much to unpack there. I'm just a routine, terrible communicator. Um, and that is why I isolate, but it's not a good reason to isolate. Um, just because you're bad at something doesn't mean you can avoid it. It's one solution, but it shouldn't be a permanent one to something like that. It's like saying like my solution to like I always eat candy, so like my solution is like I'll never go to a candy store. Or I'll never go to a store that sells candy again. You can't just avoid your problems. You got to face them head on. And I hope through some strange string of luck, um, talking about my issues randomly makes them better in some way. It's not like that's the exact way they get better or anything. I'm just I'm just snowballing, just spitballing, you know? Maybe if I do what routinely works for most people, it will work for me as well. So I'm communicating it out with the best person I know I can talk to. Um, and yeah, feels okay. It feels the same. It's not gonna change like day one. You're not gonna just click and be like, oh yeah, now I can talk to people, right? But I think it's stripping that away. I just gotta figure out what I need to take off, take out, if you will. Right now, Fostel is remembering things. They are like, what is happening? I have no idea what's going on, but if you know, I know. They're like, let's go back to the old town where Ali town house where Ali used to live. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but where the old queen used to live, and find some clues. See what we can do there. And we agree. Puku Land is such a weird place because it just has these random like spots for like houses and vegetation and magic doors and whatnot. So yeah, we'll go back to the ruins of the old house. Of course, their house turned into the big castle, so they don't live there no more. There it is on the map. Um, and yeah, you gotta think, man. It's a pretty magical place. The people there are gonna be pretty magical, dedicated. Um, just filled with vigor, just because of the environment they live in. Um, which is pretty cool. So that's where we're going now. Forget what I was talking about. Yeah, communication. Yeah, I have the weirdest thing with communication, guys. Like, I hate getting morning text or confirmation text or any kind of text. Like, texting me in general is bad. Not good for the psyche. Um, and so yeah, I'm a routine bad texter. I've always been a bad texter, but it's just because I derive a lot of meaning from words. Um, so I like to use weird ones. I like to get sarcastic sometimes, I like to express myself in awkward ways. You'd say not awkward ways, just different ways. And that often comes off weird in text form. Just awkward and strange in text form, I feel like. I also just hate like people texting you for no reason and just wanting to have a conversation through it. Or people wanting to have a conversation in general, like, ooh, geez. Talking things out, it sounds terrible. I need sleep. Like that. Yes. Wonderful. But yeah. The I forget what I was saying. I distracted by my cute whitey girl. Yeah, communication, talking. Yeah, the confirmation text, the you made it home text, the good morning text, all of that shit. I don't know if it's just a guy thing. It might just be a guy thing. I really hate it. You know, anybody who's liked it before around me or my presence has never gotten it from me. Um, like I'll maybe tell you good morning like one time, two times. I've compromised a lot in my life, but I haven't compromised on that a lot. Like I'm the kind of guy that will compromise in real life to your face constantly, 100%, tell you anything you want, you know, I'm not gonna call you out on any of your bullshit. But once I leave, I'm ghost, I'm gone. You won't hear from me. I feel like that's an Aries thing. But I just feel like it leads to less conflict. I don't want people having me linger on their mind. Just funny because I'm creating this channel. But I did this a long time ago for a reason. I feel like it's just something I need to utilize. This is the cutscene where Fausto remembers why they got their loot. The loot's gone. And they remember what his first wish was, so basically he was trying to get the king to realize that his prophecy was going to come true, and he realized he would never do it himself. This is him crying because he says he's never going to prophesize to the king ever again. And then the queen makes him feel better. She's got a little idea. Tell him to be strong. Through her little pep talk, The prince gains the idea and, promises to prophesize again and try to save his family because he's gonna be king one day. Very cute cutscene. But yeah, I kind of stand on business in that way. If people want that kind of treatment from me, they won't really receive it. And I've never been a huge want for social interaction. I feel like that's a problem with me and that's a problem with society too, man. Like, it's so easy to just not talk to people. I feel like I went into this before. Like, we are social creatures, right? But it's so easy to just not go into that mode and just go monk mode, go soul searching and just really figure out who you are because I feel like I've compromised just like about everything. Like, what do I really want to do? What do I really want to be? I'm just now figuring out that is somewhere in between. Somewhere in between, and a lot of the things that are happening around me aren't congruent with me, my soul, and my purpose. So I just like, taking an option to disengage, taking an option to disengage. You know, I'm not really disengaging from much, I'm gonna be honest. Give it like 1 or 2 years of like not responding. People don't really reach out. Just kind of realize that it's not really gonna be fruitful, so I really don't have much to disengage from these days. Which is nice. It's nice to have a clean slate to begin your thoughts from. So we're going back to the castle for more flashbacks. And then we'll go over to the tower to do that ceremony. But we gotta get the flashbacks. This is where we figure out. So we figure out that the prince is Fostel, right? Um, but now we have to go back to the castle to. I figure we have to go back to the castle. I think it's to oh yeah, we gotta confront get it and stop the king from going to the ceremony. I think we have to go to the prince's room up top now. But yeah, that's one way to travel through life, guys. I wouldn't say I'm like prospering or anything. But that's one way to run through life. That's one path that you can take. The route of isolation and burying yourself in your work. Which I mean, it's fair to say that it's a way that is eventually gonna delude yourself into success. I feel like if you do anything for a long enough period of time, it's gonna be successful. Except working like a retail job for somebody else's money. You really gotta rank up in a different way. I feel like being on somebody else's time usually leads to some kind of chaos or some kind of compromise that you constantly have to take within your soul. And it takes away from the general good work that you can do. But that's just me. If you can find a really good retail, food, whatever job that you want to grind away at for a couple years, sure, do your thing. If you feel like those people can drive you forward, then sure, be my guest. But I really do think the self-employed life is truly where people are happiest. Yeah. So this is where, another flashback where the prince is just in his bed in his room for years and years, and then he makes the wish because he realizes he won't be able to uh, do it himself. He makes his first wish because the queen is gone and she's passed the notebook on to him, and now we realize he's Ragus. This is when he comes to the realization, and he confronts Id in the dream world. We have the dramatic pan. So this is where he was this entire time. Now this is the reveal of his actual form, and let me tell you, this guy, he definitely looks like one of these Japanese monsters. I tell you, he's got a tongue like a Japanese monster I've seen before. So that is kind of freaky. That's kind of freaky deaky. I don't know why they made his tongue like that, but this guy is not a very hard boss. I believe his Book of Bosses version is quite difficult, but bug got me in the eye. Don't worry, I'm alive. Anyways, I'm sorry. This crazy tongue got in my eye. So anyways, now we're rushing to the Glitter Windmill Tower to stop the ceremony, all that good stuff. We get the final pieces of the puzzle here. Self-employment is a bitch though. You gotta really drive yourself to make ends meet, you know? And sometimes that won't even make ends meet, you know? I'm glad I landed a like relatively easy work from home gig. Just kind of driving me forward now. Just the thought of being able to not work for myself, but work for myself enough, you know, in my own space enough that it feels kind of like being self-employed. Because I've realized it doesn't matter what you're doing or what you're selling. For me, and at least, it's just not gonna fulfill your soul if it's for someone else, you know? It's not gonna fulfill your soul the right way. Which is sad to think that, but yeah, I just gotta make my own time, make my own grind, you know? Move forward with what I can through my own merit, you know? Whatever merit that may be. Yeah. Active streets at 1 a.m. There was a car passing by. Had some banging speakers. Yeah, not too much happens in these streets here. I want to dox myself, but we're pretty chill in this neighborhood, so it's rare I hear things outside at like this time of night. Anyways, going back up the Windmill Tower, and this time we're gonna get another boss. I do like this dungeon. I kind of wish there were enemies in it. Kind of happy there aren't at the same time. I do wish there was music. The music in this game, I think, is very good. It's just there's not a lot of it, and it's all from other games. So I guess it's not good if you think about it that way. Yeah, not good. But yeah, it's Dragon Quest, so it's classic tunes. It's classic tunes, you know? If you don't like it, you at least probably know it, you know, to some extent. Um, I think 3 HD It's going to be a very, very nice game musically. Just because I do like a lot of threes gameplay and stuff like that. Or music. Okay, here we go. You get my food eaten and my bonus orbs going. See if we can level up twice this this boss. I think I should be able to level up twice. I should. All right. Spooky door. Prince Ragus is here with us with his notebook in tow. So at this point, he's only made one wish with the notebook. So he's got that second wish locked and loaded. So this is him with his great reveal, and the king's like, "What? You were evil this whole time? I never would have guessed. That's crazy. Ain't no way. You had a tongue this time? You been hiding from me? That long? That long? Ain't no way you hid a tongue that long. That's crazy. That length? How'd you fit that in your mouth? How'd you fit that in your mouth? All right, slice the tongue off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he just does magic attacks. It's pretty basic. I don't even think I need to move at all. Does everybody else do anything? Support companions. AI. It's very good in this game. They usually do what they need to do, and they heal very fast. So you kind of always want to heal around support. And then just have everybody go nuts with like attacks. I think so. Ooh. Yeah, those axe moves are crazy powerful. Did we get 2 levels? I think we got like 3 levels. Oh my. So that's the end. The end of id. The tactician ID. But he says, hey, you still lose. My miasma's gonna get spread. King's dead. And he's not wrong. Miasma will get spread. Because the ritual has been completed. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah, look at that. Deep in miasma. Looks like it's time to make that last wish. King's still alive, though. He's got to tell him, don't worry about me. Save Astoltia first. I'm sorry, son. I was foolish. And I'm sorry, other guy. I was also foolish. I'm really dumb. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking stupid, duty fatso head idiot king who was an asshole this entire time. But don't worry. I'm getting my penance. And here's my penance. Yeah. So. That's that. Funny stuff occurs now. Let me think here. Yeah, this is that cutscene. So We can see the glitter windmill tower here. Very, very cool. I usually don't get to see it from outside like that. And now he's gonna make his last wish, and now we learn what the queen's last wish was. Yeah, so her last wish, like I said in the spoiler chats, was to stop the prince from making his last wish. And have the book disappear into a glim of light. And so he's distraught because both of his parents sacrificed themselves basically to save him, which was kind of crazy. You know, you grow up thinking, "Oh, these guys hate me," you know, and then they both sacrifice themselves to make you the sole ruler of the land. Indeed, life is kind of crazy like that. Life do be kind of crazy like that. I'm a little far away from the mic. I hope I've been picking up. I've been very chill at this night hour that we have here. We're about done, guys. We're about done. Saying that to myself because I'm very tired and I want to sleep. So, um, right now we just need to go out and go back to the king. King is dead. Sorry. Go back to Prince Ragus, who is now going to be the king, and get our medal. So while we walk out of the tower, I guess I'll summarize our events here today. What did I talk about? About a bunch of communication, a bunch of goals. I really like the themes of the Puku continent, you know, just the drive and the purpose that these Pukus carry. Like they're like literally the hardest working, maybe. Yeah, I probably say the hardest working um race just in what they do in their stories. And I'd say that that comes close with another race that we'll get into later when we get to that story. But yeah, you know, you don't set forth like 15-year plans and stuff for nothing, you know? So um, I like these guys. I like the designs. And this area is very cool, especially Megistris. Um, so yeah, next time I think we're just gonna do Ogreed. Ogreed is a place that I feel like you should probably do first if you're ever playing this game by yourself, because there are a lot of important quests that you have to go to Ogreed to complete. Namely the vocations quest. In order to switch classes at all, you got to go to Agreed, and you got to go to Agreed to get a Zoom Stone, and you got to go to Agreed to get the. There's just a couple of things, so I would say you should probably go there first. I've already been there, um, with one of my characters, so I think I might do the entire episode on the Switch version, but we'll see. We'll see. I might do half and half next time. But we're gonna start the Ogreed continent um, with the Glen Castle town story next time, which is okay. I think the Gartland Castle story far outweighs it in content quality. That was one of the last ones I did in my main playthrough, but I really liked it. Um, but the first one's just okay. The first one's just okay. Yeah. But we'll get into that next time. Here we have the prince kind of lamenting over the throne and being like, well, I gotta sit there now. There's nothing to do but get to it, you know? And he's kind of coming to terms with himself and congratulating us on our key emblem on behalf of the king. This is what the king was going to give us when we first outset to do this. Of course, you remember. So yeah, Wow. After a long hiatus, Prince is back, and now he's king. Indeed, as royalty does. As royalty does, huh? So, as we level up here and get our Chivos, I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe. Let me stream. I just need 50 subscribers. I just need 50 subscribers.